Hello everybody, hello and welcome back to another episode at Maple Monkey Media. My name is Adam and today's video is going to be kind of an extension of a video that I already did with this orbital jigsaw. I have a video earlier kind of explaining what an orbital jigsaw is, and I have a subscriber, I believe her name or his name, I'm not sure, is Juliet, and they were curious on how to get more intricate cuts when you're using your jigsaw. So if you want to stick along, hit that subscribe button down below. That's what we're going to be doing. Going to be doing some tips and tricks on how to do some more intricate cuts with your handy dandy jigsaw. All right, I have a scrap piece of wood here and I just drew out a little design. Now you're going to look at this and because of these corners, you're going to say, well, I can't obviously do that all in one cut. And that is completely right. You definitely cannot do it all in one cut because the more angles that you have, it's going to put more pressure on your blade. Now what I mean by putting more pressure on your blade is when you were cutting with your jigsaw, your blade is going to go up and down. And right in here, let's see if I can get this zoomed in a bit. There we are. So right in there, right here, this is your guide that is going to be guiding your blade to go up and down. The more intricate cuts that you're going to make, you're going to want to keep it in between that guide. So with this guide, when you start to go around corners or you start to make hard cuts, then this blade is going to potentially jump off like so. So right now I have my blade right in between that track right there. But as soon as you start to go around some corners, you might realize that your blade is starting to do that. You don't want that to happen. You want it to stay right in that track right there. A way to remedy this so you can get a nice clean cut around your corners is I'm going to make this first cut right here. Let's say that's going to be one cut. Then I'm going to come in from the top right here and it's going to be called a relief cut. So I'm going to cut this one side right there and then I'm going to come down on this angle right here, make a relief cut in here, and I'm going to come down from this angle and make a relief cut in there. That way I can come from different sides and make my relief cuts instead of coming around and trying to butcher each of these corners. After you make your relief cuts, you can come in from either side and make your angles and your curves that you need. If you start to notice your blade coming out of your track like I just showed you, slow down your jigsaw speed and tighten up your orbital setting on your jigsaw. That means you're going to get a smoother cut. But the tighter that your orbital setting is on your jigsaw, the slower you have to go. The more loose the setting is on your orbital jigsaw, it has more play. So you can obviously go a bit faster, but it's not going to have that clean of a cut. Let's just recap here. Number one, make sure that your jig blade is always in the track going up and down. Tip number two, make relief cuts as necessary. Don't try and get this all done in one cut. Make multiple relief cuts. That'll save the strain on your blade. It will make your blade last longer. It will stay sharper. Your final product will look that much more smoother. All right, enough talking. I'll get some cuts on the go and I'll show you what I mean by going nice and slow, having your relief cuts, and making sure your blade is in the track position at all times. So what I'm gonna do, my first cut is I'm gonna come from here all the way down to that point. That's gonna be my first cut that I'm gonna do right here. When you're cutting, you really should have your work clamped down, but since this is just going to be a quick little cut, I didn't clamp it down. I have my first cut here, all good. If you're cutting and you need a little bit extra room, because let's say something's fitting in something like a jigsaw, make sure to make your lines just a little bit thicker, a little bit darker, and then that way that'll give you more room to play with when it comes time to sanding or kind of trimming things up to make things fit. So I have my first cut done. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna make a relief cut right here and coming down through there to cut those little pieces out right there. So there's my first relief cut. Now I'm going to come in from this side right over here And make another one coming in off that angle right there. And as you see right there, we have a very pointy point because of the multiple relief cuts that we cut. It's nothing special, but it shows you what I mean by relief cuts. That's probably going to be my #1 tip for making your jigsaw cuts and life so much easier is making relief cuts. You could do it with big things, small things. Obviously, the more intricate cuts, the more relief cuts you're going to have to make. You may even have to go in a couple different times to get that right angle. Muchly appreciate y'all checking out the video. This is a little bit of tips and tricks on how to make your jigsaw cutting a little bit more easier, how to have smoother cuts, finer finished products. Stick along, hit that subscribe button. There's going to be many more videos to come. Building tips, tricks, videos, business, all kinds of good stuff. I'm going to leave you with a smile on my face, and I hope you do the same. Have a wonderful day. This is Adam signing off here from Maple Monkey Media. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. Woo, woo, woo.